Okay, so here I am in the root of my particular MAMP stack, and you'll notice that there's an htdocs folder, and this is where the web server is expecting all of our application code. But if you remembered, when we created our application somewhere else, and in my case, I put a Zend-app folder in my MAMP directory. And so we got a couple options here. We can either copy the contents of the Zend-app folder and put that in htdocs, or since I'm running on Mac, I can set up a symbolic link that points to the Zend-app. Again, there's a million ways you can kind of set this up, so go ahead and do whatever works for you. I'm going to go ahead and remove my htdocs folder and set up a link that points to the Zend-app folder. That way, if I want to switch out my htdocs with another application I'm working on, it's just a matter of updating the symbolic link. So, from the command line, I can just remove my htdocs folder, and then I can repoint at the Zend application. Now if I do a listing, you'll notice that htdocs is kind of in a pinkish color, and that's just telling me that it's a symbolic link now that points to the Zend-app. And I can get that info by doing a listing with a little more information on it. As you can see, it points to Zend-app. Okay, so now the last thing I need to do is go ahead and update my configuration so that we have that /public folder on our document root. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out, and then I'm going to VI the comp folder. So in my particular version of MAMP, the comp folder contains the configuration for PHP, Apache, MySQL, and all of that. So I want to go ahead and go into my Apache configuration and look for the httpd.conf file. Again, yours might be in a different location, but go ahead and find wherever that file is for your Apache server and edit that with your editor of choice. When I come in here, I'm just going to do a search for document root, and I found that, and as you can see, it's pointing to my htdocs folder. Or I could have told this to use the Zend-app folder and then put the /public on here. But just to keep things a little consistent and kind of go with standard Apache configuration, I'll go ahead and add a /public on this and then save this. That's as far as configuration is concerned, but we do need to restart the web server. Typically, whenever you modify that conf file, you need to restart Apache. So I'll go ahead and I'll just use my little widget to do that here. Just stop the servers and then restart them. Okay, last, let's go ahead and check our Zend application in a web browser now. Okay, so we're going to navigate to localhost and our port 8888, and that should give us our Zend application. Alright, so if you were able to get the welcome to Zend Framework 2, that means that you've got your environment set up correctly and your skeleton application's been cloned and everything is now running. If you got an error, you'll want to double check that first of all your web server is running and that you can make sure that you can navigate just to the plain web server. And if that works, you'll want to check to make sure that Zend got installed correctly. And the best way to do that is to just go back and run through that php composer.far command.